400 million plus firearms in this country, and they don't belong to the left, bro.
So as I just got done talking about Jesse Waters and Greg Gutfeld and Sean Hannity and Steve Bannon and all of these people who are now stoking violence that they will never commit, they are trying to convince the unwashed, low information, rank and file conservative to take action, stoking in them fear and paranoia about the war that we are currently in. The war that is being put upon them, waged against them by the media, Democrats. And unfortunately, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, it is working. I've got 4 videos here, very brief, 45 seconds or so each, from TikTok and Twitter, of people who are filled with rage, with violence, with seething hatred toward people who believe that we should have Medicare for all, who believe that we should have sensible gun laws that may have prevented the assassination of Charlie Kirk. People who believe in equality, in equity, in inclusion, in diversity, who believe in the ideals often enshrined in the Constitution: due process, equality under the law, equal protection under the law. These ideals that are at the forefront, the foundational principles of a liberal democracy. But the non-controversial, non-polarizing, non-divisive Charlie Kirk was killed at the hands of a madman. And now the country must burn because of this imaginary war. Let me start with Heavy 4900 on TikTok. And look, but not a content warning, but brace yourself. This is going to get heavy. I want to warn you of what is likely to come at some point, somewhere in this country. This isn't over. The peak has not been reached yet. The acme of ridiculous violence at the hands of some conservative isn't over. Watch Heavy 4900 on TikTok.
I hope when this is all over, you remember who fired first. You've tried to kill the president twice, and now you've assassinated man for talking. You don't really want to do this, okay? 400 million plus firearms in this country, and they don't belong to the left, bro. Yeah. If you think it's okay to murder someone because of their opinion, you get what's coming to you. You and yours.
First of all, who are you talking to, buddy? You hope when all of this is over that we remember who fired first? We don't even know who fired in the first place. No information is had. No information do we know. You have tried to kill the president twice. Heavy 4900 probably isn't aware, because of the vacuum of information in conspiracy land that is the Republican Party, that both assassination attempts on Donald Trump, one wasn't even an attempt, it was just a guy laying in the bushes. The other one was a fired weapon, were from Republicans. The kid in Butler, Pennsylvania was a Republican, a registered Republican, not some Antifa terrorist. And they don't belong to the left, the 400 plus million firearms. Do you really want to do this? Do you think that I don't own weapons, firearms? Do you not think I am proficient in the use of those aforementioned weapons of war? Sir, I spent years in the United States Marine Corps and am more than proficient. It's the first time I've talked about being a firearm owner. Out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of YouTube videos that I have posted. Because it's immaterial. It's irrelevant. I don't traffic in speaking about threats of political violence and my using my weapons to achieve my political goals. This is what the Jesse Waters of our world want. The Greg Gutfelds, the Steve Bannons, the Donald Trumps. This is what they want. So they can clamp down on civil liberties. Let's move on to Wes Watson. I believe he's also from TikTok.
Charlie Kirk was just shot in the fucking neck at Utah University, somewhere in fucking Utah at one of his events. And I am directly attributing this to all these fucking media personalities and these politicians like Tim Walz getting on the fucking TV and saying, well, I sure do hope he dies today. I sure hope he dies. Y'all are the fucking reason this shit is happening, you evil motherfuckers. Everything that they say Trump is, they are. Trump's violent, they're fucking violent. Trump's hateful, they're fucking hateful. Trump's a fascist, they're literally shooting people who don't agree with them. Who don't agree that children should be murdered in fucking droves and that men should be able to watch fucking women take a piss. And fucking grown-ass men should be able to have peeping Tom shows in front of elementary school fucking kids.
So Wes here is attributing all of this, to these fucking media personalities and these politicians like Tim Walz getting on TV and saying, well, I sure hope he dies today. Does this rube actually believe, question, do you think this guy really believes that Tim Walz, the loving, kind, generous, decent Tim Walz, actually got on TV, stood in front of a camera with a microphone in front of his face and said, I hope Charlie Kirk dies as a result of his injuries? That's psychotic. That is batshit. That did not happen. The only place that happened is in the fever dream of Wes Watson. And then again, all of the vagary of language. Everything that they say Trump is, they are. They're fucking violent. They say Trump's hateful. They're hateful. They're literally shooting people who don't agree with them. They? Who's they, Wes? Who's they? Do you know the identity of the shooter? If you do, I would advise you to get onto Twitter and tweet at FBI. Call the FBI tip line and give them the information that you're withholding from us about this nebulous they that you know so much about. This is what Fox News wants more than anything. Because let me tell you, the difference between revenues generated on September 9th, they pale in comparison to those of September 10th and September 11th. Best thing that ever happened to Fox News revenue-wise is something like this. Items like this. Incidences like this. It's not just heavy 4900 or Wes Watson 15. Here's American Flip 87 from Twitter.
This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the fucking liberals. It's war, motherfuckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your fucking self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a fuck. We're coming for you.
Impassioned. We're at war, motherfuckers, he says, wearing his Smith & Wesson t-shirt. We're coming for you, the fucking liberals. Language you've never, look, again, bombastic guy, rhetorical bomb thrower. Not going to stop. It's who I am. It's the Marine in me. But you've never heard me talk like this. As bombastic and aggressive as I am, you've never heard me say, we're coming for you. This is war. I've never spoken like Tim Pool. Civil war on the tip of his tongue at every moment. Talking about violence that he will never deliver. This is what they want. We'll end with this other guy who is, this is a guy I feel very bad for. He's not leveling threats, but he is out of his tree with rage, with despair over the shooting of Charlie Kirk. Looking for someone to blame. Talking about jumping in his car and driving down to Provo. For what reason, I don't know. Watch this.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. They just murdered Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy. He would have been our next president. I am so pissed right now. Why do they always come with fucking violence? Gosh damn it. Use your freaking words as they're talking to you people. Who shot Charlie Kirk? I'm driving down to Provo right now. I'm so pissed. Damn it.
Again, the reason I included this, because I feel bad for this guy. From the video you just watched, this is heartbreaking to me. But he's using the same language. They murdered Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. They did it. They. Who's the they? We don't even know who the gunman was. We don't even know the motivations of the gunman. And yet it's they. It's the shadowy network of liberals. Even Donald Trump giving his speech talking about how the groups that fund them. Like, what are they talking about? All of this is intended to ratchet up fear and violence and restrictions on civil liberties. The same people who got violent during COVID because they were recommended to wear masks to protect vulnerable populations, to stop and slow the spread of a deadly virus. And they flipped out. They armed themselves and went to their state capitals. These are the same people who are going to be responsible for the infliction of restrictions of civil liberties again, because Donald Trump is champing at the bit to declare martial law, to flex his Article 2 that tells him he can do anything he wants. And as much as they fly their Gadsden flags, don't tread on me, they yearn with an almost erotic motivation to have their necks tread upon, stepped upon by the heavy boot of the United States government. I hope you're happy, Charlie Kirk. Is this what you want? Probably. Your hands will not be dirty. They will have metaphorical blood on them. What do you think? I invite you to this conversation. Let's have it in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Let's try to tone it down today. If you have the propensity for violent talk in you, stow it. Secure that nonsense for a little bit of time. For the sake of the rest of us, for the sake of vulnerable populations, for the sake of the trans community in this country, for the sake of the LGBTQ community in general, for the sake of black folks, for the sake of poor people, for the sake of homeless people, for the sake of the elderly. Do the rest of us a favor. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. Be genuine. Take care of one another.